how to choose correct orthotics with Anklebone Alignment test.
Hi, this is Ina John.
Here is the same introduction of me, so if you want to skip it about a minute.
Ina John, I am an ankle bone alignment specialist and pediatrician. I am going to talk everything about the foot, the cause of the foot deformities and pain, and how to get rid of that cause, and how the foot is affecting the alignment of the entire body structure. Here's my short background. I majored in physical therapy. However, I became a Disney animator. Yes, for Disney, and worked on 15 movies. You can Google my name and see all the movies I had worked on. Animators know how to analyze movement with weight and ground reaction force, which the foot has to handle every day. And also, animators catch every subtle movement in order to draw out natural movement for the big screen. With that skill, I found out subtle movement in the joint I am going to talk about. And also, I analyze foot structure and its mechanics from the animator's viewpoint. So it's quite different from the other sources, and it's going to be easy to understand and make sense. So let's start. Today, let's talk about how to do the ankle bone alignment test, or just AA test, which I have found out.
Which ones are you?
Our leg bones stand on the ankle bones. So we want both ankle bones aligned at the same height. And the ankle bone is one of the 12 foot bones that make up the tarsal joint, a group of small joints on top of the foot. I marked with red color. And this tarsal joint has a very tiny 1 to 2 millimeter of up and down motion like this. See, it only should move this much. So it barely moves, see here? And also from front, it has a very little range of motion. So we don't see top of the foot moving. As long as this tarsal joint stays within that tiny range of motion, the ankle bone stays in alignment.
Keeping the tarsal joint in alignment keeps the ankle bone in alignment.
But each step we make, our entire body weight has to pass through the tarsal joint as the other foot goes into the air. In that phase of the walking cycle, which we call it as the stance phase, the tarsal joint falls out of its tiny range of motion. This misaligns the entire foot bones, including the ankle bone. So the entire body structure that stands on the ankle bone goes out of alignment from the feet up.
Each step we make, the tarsal joint falls out of its tiny range of motion.
To make our body to stand with alignment from the feet up, we need to find the correct orthotics that realigning the fallen tarsal joints back to the point of aligning both ankle bones at the same height. But how do we know if the orthotics are aligning both ankle bones at the same height or not? That calls for the ankle bone alignment test. So we need to do this ankle bone alignment test when we are choosing the orthotics, because the orthotics should align both ankle bones at the same height. Otherwise, we are not going to get much help from the orthotics. With the correct orthotics, our body finally can stand and move with alignment from the feet up. That's a big landmark for the overall body health. Don't you want to know if your ankle bones, both ankle bones are aligned at the same height or tilted?
Anklebone alignment test proves orthotics performances.
We don't want any machine to run without the alignment, especially our body. The theory of the ankle bone alignment test is this: applying a weight on the ankle bones, just like the way we do to find out if anything is stable or wobbly. We check them by pressing down, applying a weight Just like that, we apply a weight on the ankle bones by lifting a weight with certain postures to see if they are stable with alignment or wobbly when the weight falling on them. When lifting a weight goes all the way down to the ankle bones. On tilted ankle bones, the weight slides down, so the body will fall unless the body compensates. But when we are doing the ankle bone alignment test, we should not compensate at all for the correct test result. So when lifting a weight on the tilted ankle bones without the compensation, the body falls, and the falling body cannot use its strength, so won't be able to lift any weight.
Ankle bone alignment test is lifting a weight without compensating while standing on the arch. Falling is the indicator of the tilted ankle bones.
If the ankle bones are aligned at the same height, with the correct orthotics, the weight stays on them, so the body can utilize its entire strength without falling or compensating, so easily can lift weight.
Being able to lift the weight without compensating indicates the aligned ankle bones.
But the thing is that when we lift weight, our body has been compensating all the time due to the fallen tarsal joint or the tilted ankle bones. So the compensating behaviors are programmed deeply in our body or in the brain. So we need to deprogram that and not compensate at all, at least when we are doing the ankle bone alignment test. There are 3 subtle compensating behaviors we need to acknowledge first and put them under control. The first one is the core muscle contraction and the body tilting and toe grabbing. The hardest one to acknowledge and control is the core muscle contraction, as it happens internally. But the body tilting and toe grabbing, we can see them as it happens externally, so can be controlled easily.
There are 3 compensating behaviors we need to avoid when doing the ankle bone alignment test: the core muscle contraction, body tilting, and toe grabbing.
And here's another one we need to know. To lift a weight, the body standing on the tilted ankle bones has to compensate. There is no choice. Without compensating, the body on the tilted ankle bones cannot lift a thing. Theoretically, even 10 pounds.
Oh, even 5 pounds.
Even though you are someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So the body standing on the tilted ankle bones compensates to lift a weight. And compensating is another task that takes the energy. So the body is doing actually 2 tasks, compensating and lifting. So the weight feels heavier, so harder to lift. And compensating can hurt the body. But as mentioned earlier, the body standing on the tilted ankle bones has no choice.
A body on the tilted ankle bones always compensates.
And with orthotics that aligning both ankle bones at the same height, the body has a choice. It can lift a weight without compensating or with compensating. So listen carefully here. When this body standing on the aligned ankle bones, lifting a weight without compensating, the body is doing just one task. So it uses its strength just for the lifting. This makes the body to lift the weight, a lot more weight, easily, without wasting energy for compensating and no risk of injury from the compensating. But the same body lifting weight with compensating that requires the energy, the body is doing 2 tasks. So the same weight feels heavier and harder to lift. But why would you compensate while you can lift weight much easier without the compensating?
a body on the aligned ankle bones, no need to compensate.
Once we find the correct orthotics that aligning both ankle bones at the same height, we can experiment these different strengths without the orthotics and with orthotics. Also, with the correct orthotics, we can experiment different strength by lifting a weight with and without the compensating. So we can experience our actual strength that we have never experienced before. With these theories in mind, let's move on with actual ankle bone alignment test.
Here is a question to think about. To align both ankle bones at the same height, should both orthotics be the same or different? Stop here and come back with an answer. Here is the answer. Both orthotics should be the same. Why? Think about it. Phew! What's the difference? There is a saying, the truth is simple, but when you try to explain it, it gets complicated. Wow, this video is already over 10 minutes. The next actual ankle bone alignment test video will be uploaded right after this. See ya! I publish a couple books with many drawings for easy understanding. You can check them out on Amazon.